Hey, welcome back. The Herd is coming up next here on FS1. Let's head over, check in with Colin Cowherd. Hey, Colin, what's on the show?
You know how about a month ago, Aaron Rodgers not going to have a say in who the Green Bay coach is? Yeah, he had a say in who the Green Bay coach is. And Aaron Rodgers should have a say in who the Green Bay Packers head coach is. I'll tell you why all the quarterbacks, including Aaron, had a say and why they should. That's coming up.
Thanks, Colin. Time for our final topic of the day. Another new coach. Bruce Arians was named head coach of the Bucs on Tuesday, and yesterday he said his focus is on Jameis Winston. Winston has been up and down in the first 4 seasons of his career, but Arians said, quote, "The whole thing is going to be built around him. I think he can win it all." Shannon, how much can Arians help him?
I believe he'll help, but hell, Lovey built it around him. Dirk Cutter built it around him. The offense was always built around Jameis. Skip, all they did was throw the ball because they lacked their running game. Skip, look, Bruce Arians worked with quarterbacks. Peyton Manning, Andrew Luck, Ben Roethlisberger, Carson Palmer is documented. He knows how to work with a quarterback. Now, they're different. He doesn't ask any quarterback to be anything they're not. I think Jameis Winston is equally as talented as Ben Roethlisberger because
I agree.
He's nothing like Peyton. He's nothing like Luck. I believe he can play like that, and Arians got the best out of Big Ben. I believe he'll get the best out of Jameis. The question that I have for Jameis, not what cut down on the turnovers, is his mind clear and free off the field.
I know. I got
That's the only thing that concerns me.
Well, Bruce can't help with that.
Well,
but on the field, he brings stature and credibility and a strong voice. He will not tell Jameis what he wants to hear, what he needs to hear.
Correct.
And Jameis's biggest problem is, over his 4 years in the league, he's thrown 58 picks. That won't cut it because that's the second most in all of football to Blake Bortles.
And guess what, Skip? He brought that problem with him from college.
He did.
Yeah.
So that has to get fixed. And I think he'll listen to Bruce because Bruce and he could be a really great match. They could really go places.
And Bruce comes with credibility.
He does.
I work, bro. So what do you say? I work with Peyton. I work with Luck. Work with Ben, Carson. All these guys have won Pro Bowls. Peyton has won MVP. Bro.
And he said all the right things about Jameis. He said, I like his leadership, his competitiveness, and he's got a big arm. That he can work with.
Yeah, well, hopefully Jameis figures it out, gets his life straight off the field, and cut down on the turnover. Skip, I don't care who he works with. If he continues to turn the football.
Undisputed. The Patriots are a 4-point favorite at home against the Chargers on Sunday. The Chargers have 2 big factors going against them. Tom Brady, well, he's 7-0 all-time against Philip Rivers. And the Patriots have won their last 8 playoff games at Foxborough. We're joined once again by D'Angelo Hall. D'Angelo, you look at those numbers, it'd be hard to go against the Patriots, but who you got? Who wins Sunday?
I mean, I got the Patriots, and the only reason I have the Patriots, this is probably over the last 10, 12 years, the first time that people actually think that New England could lose. And I'm one of those people. I think that they have a legitimate chance to lose this football game. And the only reason that I'm picking New England is because they're at home, and I'm going to veer on the side of consistency and overall body of work. And I just have to feel like Bill Belichick is going to put his all into this game plan. I think Tom, likewise, is doing the same thing. I think they'll get every ounce of fight out of that team because this team's vulnerable. For the first time, they're vulnerable. And I think LA Chargers know that. Like I said, New England knows that, and this is a real precarious situation for New England because they haven't been in this role looking as normal as any other team. And so I'm a little scared for New England. I think they'll win the game, but I could totally see Philip Rivers coming in here and winning a football game.
Rivers is going to be the key. He's 11 touchdowns, 9 interceptions in 10 playoff games. That's not good enough. He's 0 touchdowns, 3 interceptions in 2 career playoff games against Tom Brady. That's not nearly good enough. He's going to have to play better. Now, Skip, look, the Chargers have an unbelievable pass rush. Melvin Ingram and Joey Bosa can get to the quarterback.
They can.
And the way you neutralize that, you run some draws, you run some screens to get these guys up the field. And when you have James White, who's the second most targeted back behind Christian McCaffrey, obviously he's going to be key. Tom Brady, they'll get the ball out of his hand quick to slow down that pass rush. And then they'll start trying to hit you with passes down the field. But in order for this, this game comes down to Philip Rivers. You're going to have to somehow find a way to get your team to 28 points because that's what the Patriots normally do at home. You pencil them in for somewhere between 24 and 28. I believe, Philip, if you got to get to 28, you have an excellent chance of winning the game. But you can't turn the ball over because they punish you in that building when you turn the ball over. So I expect Philip to play better than what he has in the past, especially in all the playoffs. I mean, he hadn't won a whole lot. Last playoff win, I think they went to Cincinnati and won that ball game, Skip. But he's going to have to play much better. No touchdowns, 3 interceptions in 2 career games. That explains why he's 0-7 against Tom Brady. You can't have those numbers and beat that guy. You need to be the other way. So I expect that we're going to pick this game tomorrow.
We will.
But I can assure you who I'm picking.
Well, you picked the Chargers before the year started to win the AFC, so I assume that's where you're going to go, unless you sleep on it and talk yourself out of it.
I'll talk
because you fear that 41-year-old quarterback up in Foxborough.
GOAT.
Because he is the GOAT, and there's only one reason, one good reason to pick New England, and it's the 41-year-old quarterback.
Yeah.
To me, that's it. Period. End of story.
What, too?
Because guess what?
What?
Philip Rivers and company are 8-1 on the road this year, counting last Sunday. Baltimore, 8-1. Well, that negates some of Foxborough, right? 8-1.
That ain't Foxborough.
Okay,
in the playoffs.
but still, you got to have a lot of confidence going in there. Yeah. So I ask you, does Tom Brady have a Keenan Allen? He does not. He had Josh Gordon for 11 games. Now he doesn't have Josh Gordon anymore. Does Tom Brady even have Mike Williams? Mike Williams is a stud, man.
He's a good player.
Just a stud. No, Tom Brady's now throwing it to Chris Hogan. 7-Eleven not always open anymore, right? I don't know about that.
He did have 10 targets the last game, though.
Tom Brady doesn't even have an Antonio Gates because there's more left in Gates than there is in
That's Tom Brady's fault.
I wouldn't say that.
I don't know.
Hold up, D-Hall.
But wait a second.
More left in Gates than...
But Hunter Henry just got activated.
Yeah, he did. 8 months after ACL, though, so I don't know how much he's going to bring.
Hold up. He keeps talking about Gronk. That's Tom Brady's fault. Because who went up there when Gronk said he's going to retire? Who also went upstairs to Mr. Kraft's office and said, no, I want you to keep Gronk?
He's loyal to his
okay, it is. So I don't want to hear nothing about Gronk is old and Frankenstein. Because you could have prevented this.
I am spitting facts back at you. He's just a shell of himself. And you think that also.
Did Tom Brady want him?
Okay, whatever. This is what she's got to work with now. Sony Michel's been pretty good, but Melvin Gordon made the Pro Bowl. And I know he's been a little dinged. He's had a knee. Both his knees been a little off. But still, he's Melvin Gordon. He's really good. He caught 50 balls this year. That's pretty great. And Mike Pouncey made the Pro Bowl as the center for the Chargers offense. And Tom Brady's just got a bunch of guys up there blocking for him against Bosa and Ingram. They're going to come.
Yeah. It's really hard for a running back skill player to make the Pro Bowl for the Patriots because they're interchangeable. One game, you might start 3 games. In the next 4 games, you're coming off the bench. So it's really hard. And I get it. And when you look at the offensive line, I mean, what do they really do well? It's not like they got a 1,000-yard rusher.
No.
It's not like, Brady had a good year. Not a Brady-type year, but he didn't have a Mahomes-type year, or he didn't have one of those type years.
He didn't have 2007.
Right. So when you look at it, it's like, so how are we going to take an offensive lineman? We can't take a running back, and none of his wide receivers had those, and even when you win, Skip, when you play wide receiver with the way these guys are putting up numbers now, if you don't get to 115 catches, 1,300 yards with, double-digit touchdowns, you're not making the Pro Bowl. Juju was an alternate with 115 catches.
Okay. So what good reason is there to pick New England on paper?
Belichick.
There's none.
Belichick.
It ain't
really?
much.
Belichick.
Oh, the guy who screwed up the Miami Miracle
Don't
game?
do that,
Well,
Skip.
I don't know. He didn't have a very good year.
My homeboy going to take it.
I mean, but on paper, if you look at this Chargers football team, what they got, 7, 8 Pro Bowlers?
Yeah.
On paper, they are a better football
They're just
team,
better.
personnel-wise.
No, seriously, across the board.
Then New England. It's not even close.
Absolutely.
Okay? And you believe Philip Rivers had a better year than Tom Brady.
And can the GOAT will his team
It's will.
pass the Chargers? That, to me, and having been out there against both of these guys, I got to go with Tom. And that's the only reason I'm picking Tom. And like I said, he hasn't looked like himself this season. But, I mean, it just, no matter what you throw at Tom, his ability to just adjust and change the play or get his team in the right situation or hit him in the mouth. He get up, all right, next play, drops a dime in there. You like, we got him rattled. punch. Man, we ain't got him rattled. Whereas, obviously, if you see Phillips' playoff numbers, I mean, Phillip at times has been kind of like Tom Brady-esque.
Bottom
but
line.
you watch them playoff numbers, Phillips a different guy in the playoffs than he is in the regular season.
I thought he played very well at Baltimore against a very good defense. But on mental toughness, I'm still going to take the 41-year-old over what I've seen from Philip Rivers.
Well, because he's been there, done that.
Mental toughness.
He's been in every situation. He's been up, he's been down, and so he knows what it's like to play good. Everybody can't play good in bad situations, and he can play good. There's not a situation that Tom Brady cannot thrive in.
Let's see if Tom Brady is 41 years young this Sunday.
Good question.
This Sunday, we'll see. D'Angelo, good to have you. Appreciate it always. Well, will Bruce Arians fix Jameis Winston? He's sure going to try, and we'll discuss that next.